Hello guys, my name is Tara Tarot. This will be your July 2019 reading. This reading will be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. As I have before, I shuffled the cards beforehand so that we could jump right into the reading going forward. I wanted to make a few announcements of things that were occurring at this moment, astrologically, and that is the solar eclipse that occurred on July 2nd, which is today as I'm recording this video, so you might see this later. This occurred at 12:55 p.m. You will be feeling the effects of this for the next day, and it had created a shift that you'll feel for the rest of this month. It occurs around closing out a lot of old cycles, changes around the home, changes with motherly figures in your life or your mother, changes in relationships with women in your life, changes of your residency or how you want it decorated. There are also things from your past that may come up, as July 7th will be Mercury in retrograde, and this often speaks of people speaking to people from your past, communications, halt to those sorts of things, being unable to make swift progress. You've probably heard it before. I'll make a video, as I had stated before, on Mercury retrograde right before. That could give you guys a better understanding. And I'll break it down to each sign, like sun sign, how you can best handle these energies. So I'll let you guys know when that's out. Now, going forward, this reading is an astrological spread, so it's 12 cards, 12 houses. The houses represent different areas of your life. These areas of your life will give a general reading, so the most for different areas for the people that are that are watching this, rather. Sorry. All right. Going forward, the first house is the house of self-appearance. This is how people are perceiving you at this time. The card that came out for that is the Sun. So I feel like for a lot of people, you are bringing light onto different areas of their life. You're spreading a lot of knowledge and wisdom. You might be seen as someone who's very childlike, but a lover of life. You bring a lot of joy to the room, and people kind of want to be around you. You might also be spreading upon, like I was saying, how you're like bringing light to others. I think that you might be showing a lot of people things about themselves that they weren't able to see on their own. And right now you're really being like seen as a blessing, and people are really appreciating you for those moments. And you're shining quite brightly this July. The second house is the house of finances, material wealth. The card that came out for that is the Page of Wands. So I do feel that some of you may actually move. You might actually be moving, and this might be a change in your finances. I don't think it's a negative change, because the Page of Wands is kind of moving into something very quickly without having all of the things set up. So I'm not sure if you are moving right now, or you are planning on moving. It might be kind of rushed. I don't think that it's all the worst idea, though. I think it's good to get the ball rolling in certain aspects, but I do feel like it will change your financial status or your financial wealth, and you might still stay in this page energy, which is not a place of overabundance, because you're going forward with a new venture. If you're moving, of course, this will cost you some money, so this would mean a lot for that. But I see this card often as a move, and I feel like with your finances, I just feel like it's going to affect your move. Like your finances are going to be affected because you may be moving. If you're not moving at this time, however, this could be that you're planning on doing so, and maybe you're saving up a lot more money than you were in the past because you were planning on moving. And that's your next goal, which is, if that's the case, then that's a wonderful thing for you guys, Pisces. Now, and I hope you aren't moving during retrograde, because oftentimes we find problems with the place afterwards when that's the case. But I don't want to put any bad thoughts into your head, because it doesn't need to be that detrimental, especially if you picked it beforehand. But that is a thing that came to my mind. Third house is the house of siblings. It is also the house of close friendships and short journeys. You got the 10 of Wands. You might be fighting with your siblings. You might be burdening others with asking them to help you for certain things, or you might feel like you are taking on too much of a burden because you're not really getting the help from anyone else, but you're giving everyone else everything of yourself, and you might feel like that's a bit much for you at this time. I think the problem here lies within communication and by being burnt out by responsibilities that you are given. So I feel like if this is something that that is being put on you, and like everything is a burden or everyone's a burden to you, you need to express this, or you're going to be burnt out, and then you're going to end or damage a lot of relationships in your life, especially with your siblings right now or with close friends. So I hope that's not the case. I hope that you're not putting too much on others, or that they are not on you. I do feel like my first instinct was that you are doing this to others, which I really don't feel like Pisces like to do a lot, but it might be something you're unaware of. So I just wanted to mention it in case. The fourth house is the house of home and mother, relationships with the mother. It's kind of everything that we're dealing with now. So I think what would be affected by the energy, I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, you're holding on too tightly onto something. Maybe you're holding too tightly onto your finances and you're not really making that move. Like maybe you've been saving up for a move and things are coming up for you to do so, but now that the time has come, you're holding on to it and you're not really making the move. That's kind of what I feel with these cards, that a lot of you are saving up to move from something else, but then you're holding on to it because you're fearing that by like giving up on this that you're gonna be unstable. And I don't think that that's true, because I do feel with the Four of Pentacles, this is a card of stability. I just think it's holding on too tightly. So you might be holding too tightly onto your finances because you're scared of something, but I do feel when in regards to home, that's not going to really help your home life, because I think that you might need to make a sacrifice or a change within your finances so that you can have the home that you want, and that might be by letting go of something. This could be also that you're holding on too tightly to a relationship within the home that really isn't working, and you might need to let go to actually let things work or unfold the way that they need to. You might be forcing something by making someone feel suffocated at this time. The fifth house is the house of romance and the house of children, and this is a Six of Wands. If at this time you were watching this, you were hoping to get pregnant or planning something of that sort, then I would say yes. If not, then I do feel like you will have victory within your romantic life. So if there was someone that you are attracted to, or you really wanted to be with, or someone that you find very successful that you're interested in, I do feel like that is a yes, and you will get that wish with this person, and I feel like it will be very harmonious. This person could be a fire sign. They don't need to be, but they very well could be. And if they are, it's a possibility that they are a Leo, as we are in Cancer season, but it is so close. You might be drawing a lot of that energy, and for some reason, I feel like Pisces Leo is such like a common combination. So you could be interested in and having a successful romantic relationship with a Leo or a fire sign. And if you were planning on getting pregnant, then that could be a victory there. If not, then, take care of it, and I don't mean like take care of it, I mean just be cautious and do what you need to do. Alright, so the sixth house is the house of health. Card that came out for that is the Nine of Pentacles. So I do feel like if you guys were worried about your health, this is a card that's saying you shouldn't be. You should be very self-sufficient and take care of yourself and start making orders, making lists of like what you need to do and what order you need to do them. Start prioritizing a little bit. I also feel with it being in the 6th house, you could be of service to others. You could be learning how to be self-sufficient, and therefore you're able to help other people in your life. The 7th house is the house of marriage, the house of business partnerships, relationships of all kinds. The card that came out for that is the 7 of Swords. So I do have to say, when I first pulled these cards, I went, ooh, scandal. I'll tell you why. The 7th house being the house of marriage, having the 7 of Swords in it, I feel like you're in a relationship or you're dealing with someone romantically at this time, and I feel like someone has betrayed the other. And I feel like the person that has betrayed the other thinks that they can get away with it. And I don't think that anything ever stays secret. So I do feel like if this is you, I do believe it's possible that it comes back to you. And you could be deceiving this person because, like, with somebody else, with somebody new. But, and I'll tell you why I believe that as we go further. But I really do feel like this is kind of you, and I feel like you're betraying someone. You're betraying someone's trust, and I feel like you're trying to get away with something. And it is possible that it's someone else, again. But I first thought you guys, so I don't know, you take that as it is, but I feel like that's either dealing with money or dealing with a romantic relationship. For many of you, I think it will be someone romantically. Now, the 8th house is the house of transformation, and the card that came out for that is the Justice card. So I do feel like the truth is going to come out about something. And this is why I really do feel like if there was something that, if this was at work that you were betraying someone or trying to get away with something at work, there might be legal obligations that are coming back to you for it. And if it's not, if it is betrayal in a relationship, this card could be that you have to get the marriage annulled, or that you separate, or this could be the truth coming out about something and having to really fess up to something that you've wronged. And I do feel like that's you, because I feel like this is only coming up as a card of truth in your house of transformation. So I feel like you're deceiving someone, and now you have to tell the truth about it. And you could have legal things surrounding it. If this is something that you've done that broke some kind of a law, I really do feel there are legal things that can come up for it. You might have little issues with the law of some sort, even if it is just fines. It's a possibility during July that could come up. Now, the 9th house is the house of philosophy, higher learning, higher ordeals, something kind of spiritual, right? And it's also the house of travel. And I got the 3 of Cups. So you could be traveling to celebrate something, perhaps love. Maybe you're invited to a wedding. What I truthfully saw when I saw this card is I feel like there is a spiritual relationship in your life, or someone that you're spiritually connected to, that you are being drawn to, or that you are kind of in communication with. But you might already be in a situation, because I feel like 3 is a crowd, and I feel like that I'm seeing that here, and I also see the 3 of Pentacles there. And with 2 3s, I just kind of think scandal and gossip, and 3 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles together, I feel like someone's cheating, and I feel like it's you. And maybe you're not in a relationship that's fully, that you're actually fully committed. Maybe you are just like in a situationship right now. But if that's the case, then there is a third person. I really feel that way with this card. You could be traveling to go to a party, but I think for a lot of you, I think there is a soulmate that is here. And it's not the person that you're with. Could be someone from your past. With retrograde, that happens a lot. 10th house, house of work. You got the Knight of Wands in reverse. So, excuse me. With the Knight of I'm so sorry. There are people yelling in the background. Okay. With the Knight of Wands in the career house, I feel like maybe you're changing your job, but I feel like things are being halted. Maybe you've known that you were changing your job for a while, and you've known that there was going to be this shift in energy or shift in position, but I don't believe that it's happening as quickly as you hoped it would or you thought it would, because I don't read reversals like I said before, or maybe I actually didn't say in this reading, but I don't read reversals for these cards. But when a reversal does come in Shadowscape's card, I read it as like a blockage. So I believe that you're supposed to change jobs, and it's not really occurring at this moment. Now, the 11th house. Sorry, someone's knocking on my door, so that might just occur and I might have to stop this. The 11th house is the house of friendships, acquaintances. You got the Two of Cups. So I feel like you may be starting a relationship with somebody who is your friend first, but it might be falling into something more romantic. You could also have a greater understanding between you and your friends and friendships in your life, especially the really important ones. I also believe that it is a possibility that you have a perfect understanding with another water sign during this time, that being Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. The 12th house is something from the subconscious, something unknown. And the card that came out for that is the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles could often mean people working on a project together. So you could be working with others. But the Three of Pentacles to me also speaks of someone who is kind of intervening in a relationship that is breaking the balance of two. And Pentacles being someone in the physical life. So I do feel like something on the subconscious is there might be someone else who is entering your life. Entering into your material life that, is very important to you, but they might be intervening in a relationship, and you might be allowing that, but I really feel like there's going to be, three is a crowd, there's an emphasis around, like, an infidelity, honestly, or really someone just speaking to multiple people. Maybe you're really balancing out relationships between two people. Maybe you're just interested in two people at this time. And I think then if that's the case, there could be a need for you to feel defensive and on guard. I think because the bottom of the deck is something hidden and the card is the Seven of Wands, which speaks about being defensive. And defensiveness that is warranted and being able to stand up for yourself. So it could be that you are feeling like you're being attacked, but I think that people are starting to see things for what they are, and I feel like there's a true love because there's a Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck and the Seven of Swords, so you might have a true relationship or true love that is brooding, but I do feel like there's going to be gossip around that relationship, and it could be because you are in something else at this moment, and maybe you're just holding on to something too tightly because you're worried about change. But I think you also might be so worried about change that you're causing a halting to changing your job, and this job could mean like you could have gotten betrayed at work, and like this could be a positive change for you. And I feel like you can feel fully balanced and find the perfect balance between two souls, especially ones within your life right now, not your relationship. And you're a very positive energy to be around, and I think that you're taking care of a lot of things, especially other people. But I think you need to be honest and be more willing to communicate. So that was my reading for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys for the August reading. Thank you.